Attention all you social justice warriors out there carrying out the boycott, divest, sanction campaign against Israel. Can you kindly ramp up your actions? You see, I really want to get introduced to more made in Israel products that I can buy rather than boycott. Recently, a small sign was displayed on the shelf of a Metro grocery store in North Toronto. Placed next to some products imported from Israel, the sign read, quote, "Warning, do not buy this product. Made in Israel, a state promoting ethnic discrimination and pursuing the violent dispossession of indigenous Palestinians. Boycott Israel until it respects international law," end quote. Well, I reached out to Metro and a spokeswoman told me that, quote, "This signage was put up by a group unaffiliated with Metro and without our permission. It does not reflect our opinions and we are working to remove any signage. We are encouraging customers to alert the store manager if they do see any more signs so we can take action as quickly as possible," end quote. Well, good for Metro for not caving. But here's the thing. I recently visited the store in question to see if any more signage shenanigans were occurring. And thankfully, those little homemade BDS signs were indeed AWOL. But since I was there, I bought a can of Matola pickled cucumbers imported from Israel. I guess that was my little way of counter-protesting. But you know something, folks? When I eventually opened the can and tasted those cucumbers, was I ever surprised? I mean, it's been a while since I last bought canned veggies, but these cucumbers were divine. So much so that I've purchased other Matola products. Good. And you know, as I was lugging my grocery bags chock full of made in Israel products to my car, the irony struck me. After all, those pathetic little BDS signs were trying to promote a boycott of Israeli-made goods. But in my case, those signs achieved the precise opposite, given that I, and presumably other like-minded individuals, were now actually purchasing the very stuff that we were supposed to be shunning. So thank you, all you little BDSers running around with your little crappy signs, for had you not staged this pathetic stunt, I never would have been introduced to the fine line of Matola products. Indeed, I'm betting there are many other made in Israel products in the Greater Toronto area that I'm unaware of that also might enrich my life. So could you kindly flag those products for boycott too? Be thanking you. Oh, and by the way, you numbskulls, you should know that if your goal in torpedoing Israeli companies via BDS is all about furthering the cause of Palestinians, well, guess what? The evidence shows your efforts are actually having the opposite effect. Case in point, in June, the Jerusalem Post ran an intriguing article entitled "Palestinian Employees Hurt by BDS Speak Up About Its Negative Effects." Check out this telltale excerpt, quote, "For Nabil Basharat, a factory manager for the Israeli company SodaStream, the BDS movement caused hundreds of factory workers to be laid off. The BDS movement has threatened my job security and livelihood," Basharat wrote. It damaged the livelihoods of hundreds of SodaStream factory workers who were laid off as SodaStream left its Mishur Adumim facility in the West Bank. According to Basharat, the factory closed due to BDS protests in the US and Europe, end quote. So way to go, you BDSers. Your campaign is getting people like me to go out of their way to buy made in Israel products. Meanwhile, those Palestinians who you're ostensibly trying to help are actually being economically penalized. I think that's called lose-lose, at least from your perspective. In fact, you may want to shorten the name of your movement to more accurately reflect your net results. In other words, instead of BDS, how about operating under the banner of simply BS? Hey, talk about truth in advertising. For the Rebel.media, I'm David the Menzoid Menzies. Hey folks, the Rebel has a new app. Please download that app and take the Rebel with you wherever you go.